Hello, everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hi.
Hello, hello. We'll just wait a couple minutes for everyone to get in. I was on the wrong Zoom call. This is good. I'm glad everyone's here. How's everyone doing?
Hello, good evening.
Doing well, thank you.
It's so good to see everyone's turning on their videos. I'm so used to online classes where like no, it's like just the professor and then like everyone's screen is black. It's like kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Hey,
Stephanie.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Hey, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Miguel.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Vincent.
Hey, Stephanie.
So we'll just wait, I think, 2 more minutes for everyone to get on. Meanwhile, does everyone have the PowerPoint presentation for today?
I do not.
I do not either. I'm going to put it in the
No.
chat. I just want to make sure everyone can open it and view it.
Okay.
I can view it.
Yeah, it works.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay, does everyone have their quotes ready?
Yes.
Whoa.
Quotes.
Yep.
Yes. No worries, Sayana. Thank you for letting us know. Not at all. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. People might trickle in, but I would really like for each of the trainings to start pretty promptly each week. We have our lovely Stephanie with us today to kick off the training, TPM. And we're very lucky to have Sasha, who's going to be running the training this week, and another one, because she, I think, has a wealth of experience we can all learn from. So as you guys can see in the PowerPoint, we have an agenda for today. We're going to start with introductions from Stephanie. I'm calling her our cybersecurity course Sherpa because without her, we would be so lost. She's really been guiding and been phenomenally involved with the students. And I think we're so lucky to have a partner like Stephanie on our team. And then afterwards, we're gonna have CodePath and the session leads, in this case, Sasha. We'll start with sharing some quotes. So I've asked everyone to bring a quote that inspires them or humors them, anything that means something to you. And each week we're gonna ask 4 or 5 volunteers to share the quote and just a couple words on why it means something to you. The reason we're doing this is because I think we as a TPM community are really starting to grow. And I think what's really powerful about communities is that you guys, we come together around values. And I think the more we can learn about each other, about what motivates us, about what inspires us and drives us, I think the closer we'll be able to feel, even though we may be thousands of miles apart from each other. And then we'll go through and do TPM instructions. So Stephanie, please kick us off.
Hi, everyone. I am super excited to be part of this next semester coming up. And I think some of you I know very well, some of you I'm familiar with, and then some really new. So I'm really excited to be working with all of the TPMs and CodePath. So a little bit about me. I'm on the Facebook InfoSec team. I'm a program and operation manager that oversees diversity as well as academia I report up through CSO, Alex Stamos, and this is an initiative that Facebook is very invested in. We've been partnering with CodePath since 2016, and our engineers worked with CodePath to come up with the course that you guys are going to be so involved in. And so we're super excited to see how it has really matured and morphed since early 2016. Some of the lessons learned that I've had working the last 2 semesters with university students in the TPM role in particular is that it really, you guys are going to be the driving force for your class/university. And some of the TPMs I am very, very close with, and some I haven't talked much to. And, I see it as your engagement and involvement for you and your school is going to depend on yourselves, how much you want to be a part of this. And I like to think of it like I just met with Hofstra, and I was sharing with them that I like to think of it as the law of attraction. How much you give out is definitely how much, from my bandwidth point, how much I will give back in return. And I am just like so excited. This course means a lot to everyone, and I know it's very high level overview. Like lots of leaderships within Facebook have been asking about this course, wants to see how it's performing. This is our first year that we've done it in 2017. So this is our first real semester we're wrapping up that actually has credit. So we've been able to move mountains with with CodePath leaving the endeavor. So I am just super excited, and I really hope that you get a lot out of being a TPM. And if you're not familiar with the TPM terminology, definitely look it up on LinkedIn, online. But especially Silicon Valley, I feel like what you're going to be able to hopefully achieve and get this from experience will definitely, I would say, be something that should be notable and remarkable for yourselves as well. If you guys have any questions, I'll be on for the first little part, and then I'm going to dip off and let CodePath lead the way with you guys. But if you have any questions for me, definitely feel free.
Thank you.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions or comments for Stephanie? Her time is very precious. She can't stay on too long. So if you have any, like now would be the perfect time.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm really excited to meet with you, and I really hope we get to work together this next semester. And I consider not just the course, but one final plug. If you haven't registered to sign up as an application to come to Enigma Facebook in January, please sign up. As a TPM, I would love to meet and have you meet the team and experience Facebook if your time allots. That would be the second week in January. So if you haven't applied, applications go to January 15th. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Hi, Santiago, how are you? I feel like I just left you. Oh, Miguel, I'm sorry.
Sam, did you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, she just have said that we can apply for the conferences that going to happen in January, but I already have applied for that as a student because I'm taking that course currently. So do I need to apply again, or is that okay there?
Nope. So I'm gonna get the list on January 15th after the deadline hits, and then I'm gonna work with CodePath. And like I said, as TPMs, we know how much you guys are invested in doing in the course, and it's gonna be so exciting that you'll be able to manage the program, not just the course, but a lot of other things. So definitely, I'll be able to look at who's TPMs and make sure that I note that down, even if you just put that you're taking the class as a student.
Okay.
Awesome. And I see we have Charlie joining us. Hey, Charlie, how's it going? I think he just finished up the iOS TPM training.
Wow.
I did. Yeah. We just did some iOS, which is really cool. So I thought I'd pop in too, just to say hey and to all the cybersecurity folks.
Yeah.
I'm here with my my best bud. He's in a really good sport.
Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get started and start working our way through the PowerPoint. So if everyone goes to slide 4, just a quick introduction and overview. I think many of you guys know this, but CodePath, we've been operating as a nonprofit informally for the last year and a half. But just a couple months ago, we actually gained our nonprofit status kind of officially, even though we've been operating as a nonprofit for a long time. Charlie's been really driving most of it. And so we have our mission statement that we're starting to share, and I wanted to share with you guys today. CodePath's mission is to level the playing field so that any individual, regardless of the background, can have the opportunity to meaningfully contribute to the tech world. And I'm not going to read the second paragraph, but I think you guys understand, which is why you applied, in just how important the technical program manager role is. I mean, not only are you the student-facing experience face, you're also kind of the individuals that help improve the program. You make sure that the students are really learning. You make sure that you're creating a vibrant, dynamic experience. You guys are excellent at understanding like how to explain content, how to know where a student is at in terms of their enthusiasm, their engagement, if they're struggling, if they think it's too easy. So TPMs are more than just content facilitators. You're really crafting the classroom experience, which is why we kind of go through this training to learn more of the content. But I think the reason we ask each of you to run a different session each week is to also get some of that practice, and we can try to share best practices with one another. If you go to the next slide, this is kind of just the overall structure of the training. As you know, we meet every Saturday, 1 to 3 p.m. We're covering a lot of content in just 6 weeks. And each week has a different session lead, and you can see who those are on the TPM training schedule. Has everyone seen the training schedule, which is on the next slide? Oh, I mean, I guess it's here, so that's good. You guys have access to it. But this is not the most up-to-date version. The one that is in the calendar is the most up-to-date, the Google Doc. So we can, that'll be in every calendar invite, so you'll always be able to see it, because things will kind of change. If you are unable to lead your session, or if you want to swap off with another TPM, you can just share it in the Facebook group. You can message me individually. So in terms of logistics, everyone is on the cybersecurity course portal. The training sessions are held on Zoom each week, just like this. The calendar invites have been sent out. If you have any course-related information, you can always email support@CodePath. If you have any technical questions, and Sasha's going to walk us through this later, any technical questions and support questions should be posted on the discussion board. And then the Facebook group is to do all the fun stuff. You can post pictures, you can post updates, you can post cool articles you read. We'd love to see kind of a vibrant discussion going back and forth there as well, even though it's a short period of time, but that group will kind of live beyond just this training. And yeah, so this session, we're gonna cover week 2 CTF and week 3 lab. That's actually, one second, not true. This week we're gonna be covering CTF week 2 and lab week 2. Sorry about that, let me just, okay. So let's start. Are there any questions about that before we go into introductions? No. Okay, cool. So if you have any questions, you can always put it in the chat, because I know like the unmuting, muting thing can be kind of awkward. And I hope everyone is comfortable with awkward silences, because it's going to happen a lot. This is a online session training. So sometimes I'm going to give like a little bit extra time just in case someone wants to say something. So just, embrace the awkward silences. So we're going to start with TPM introductions. We're going to go around. Please say your name, your year, the school you're at, and can you share one thing you're really looking forward to for 2018? So I guess I will go first since I'm already unmuted, and then I'll ask Sasha to go, and then it'll be a free-for-all. So hopefully we can get through this together. My name is Sayon. I went to actually Wharton Business School. I graduated a couple years ago. So currently not in a school year. Something I'm really looking forward to in 2018 is I just got married 1 month ago. And I'm really looking forward, thank you. I'm really looking forward to spending a new year as a married woman.
Hi everyone, my name is Sasha. I'm a junior studying computer engineering from Virginia Tech. I am a returning TPM. I was one of 3 this semester at Virginia Tech. We've been helping run the course and it's been super fun. I'm really looking forward to learning more about the content. One thing that I learned this past semester is that the students themselves bring so much information that you wouldn't even think about when you're looking at the course content. Like we as a class, we learned so many things that were different than what you'd expect. For instance, we were doing one of the, I think it was encryption challenges, and one of the kids was like, oh, we use this in one of our other classes, let's try this method, and then we all learned it together. So I'm looking forward to learning more from the students and getting to know you all.
Hi everyone, I'll go next. My name is Vincent, so I go to, does anyone hear me first before I continue? Okay. Yeah, I go to American College and we have this security program. I'm in infrastructure security and we have 1 more year, so I'll be done in spring 2018. And what I look forward to is learning some more. And then if anyone tried the capture flag competitions, it was hard to everyone to respond, but yeah, everyone should try for that. You learn a lot from that, and I see myself getting better each time I compete. So you should go get your hands into those. Okay.
Can everyone hear me? Yes, awesome. Okay, my name is Tejesli. I'm a junior from Purdue. And one thing I'm looking forward to for the 2018 school year is hopefully bringing this cybersecurity course to Purdue. So we actually don't have it at the university. So hopefully I can get it, on campus, and I'd be really excited to kind of lead it and kind of help students gain exposure to like the cybersecurity field. Yeah. Thank you.
I guess I'll go next. My name is Miguel Rodriguez. I'm from City College of New York, CUNY system. I'm very excited to graduate next year in 2018 since I am a senior. I'm just looking to, I guess, help students and through helping the students broaden my own knowledge about cybersecurity. This is my passion, what I want to go out into the career with. So I'm just hoping I could expand my knowledge and all of that good stuff.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I will just follow on with after my friend just introduced himself. I'm also from the City College of New York. So currently a senior, and I will be graduating next spring. So one thing I'm really excited about this program is being able to apply the cybersecurity knowledge that we get from here, and also get students to be on the same path. And I'm definitely excited about it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kestrel Bridges. I'm from, can everybody hear me? I'm from Hofstra University. I'm a sophomore. I'm really looking forward to just helping people learn and just learning more myself also, especially from the people I'm teaching.
Hi, can everyone hear me? Okay, so I'm Shashank, and I study computer engineering at Virginia Tech. I'm a junior currently. One thing I'm looking forward is, I guess, finishing junior year with a good enough GPA. Also, this is the first time I'm doing something, a task like this, teaching someone, basically. So I guess I'm really excited for that as well. Thank you.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm in a car right now, so it's kind of dropping in and out. But I'm Shayana Mandal. I just joined St. Ambrose University as an assistant professor this fall. So it's been just a couple of months as a professor being on the other side. I've been perpetual student for so long, as I can remember. So I'm really excited to go through this CodePath course, and I'm really looking forward to teaching this course in my second semester as a professor to all my students. I'm really excited about that next spring.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't say anything. My name is George. I'm attending City Tech and looking forward to learning material and figuring out an efficient way to teach it to students.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
So my name is Tisa. I'm a computer science junior at NYU. And I'm looking forward to bringing this course at NYU because although we have security courses, I feel like not a lot of students are involved, especially not a lot of women. So I'm really looking forward to involving more students and getting interested into the field. Thank you.
Hello. Can
Hello.
everyone hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name's Rain from California State University, San Bernardino. I got my master's degree in statistics earlier this year in March. And CodePath this term is my first cybersecurity course ever. So I'm looking forward to learning more about cybersecurity next year and actually teach others about this.
Great.
Hi, I'm Sayan. I'm currently enrolled at PhD program in Mississippi State University. So I am working in similar domain in my research, software security. And also I'm enrolled at cybersecurity course for this semester that is offered in Mississippi State University from the CodePath. So the course content I have found it really interesting, and it goes with my interest also. So that's why I have decided to go with further exploration with this TPM training. That's it.
Who's left? Mariah, are you talking?
Yeah.
But I don't think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, so I'm Mariah Kenny. I go to the University of Virginia, and kind of similar to what everybody else has said, I'm really just excited to learn the different material in the course and get to interact with the students and help them learn all the material too.
So George has lost his ability to speak, I think. So I'm just going to read his thing. George says, I'm interested in security myself, obviously, but I want to help others get into it also, especially as we're launching a security-focused major here next semester. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think at least we'd want your voice, not your face.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Sasha. I'm a second year at the University of Virginia, and this is my first cybersecurity course too. So I just want to learn a lot about cybersecurity and teach it to other students.
Awesome. Who's left? Is there anyone left?
I guess you can unmute.
Ahmed, Dr. Ahmed Ibrahim? I don't know. Let's see.
Hi,
Hello.
can anybody hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Ahmed Ibrahim. I'm here with Mariah and Sheshav in the same room. We're all enjoying listening and hearing about everyone in here. I teach in the CS department at UVA, and I'm very excited to know about the cooperation between Facebook and CodePath, specifically in cybersecurity, because in general, there's a lot of lack of hands-on exercises that is as cool as the ones that I've seen on the CodePath site. So I'm looking forward to introducing this, this opportunity to our students here at UVA.
Great, thank you. Anyone left? Awkward silence. Awkward. Okay, cool. Do you guys know about awkward turtle? Does everyone know about that? Yeah, if things get awkward and you don't want to unmute yourself, you can always do the awkward turtle. There's also the hand hug. That's awkward, but you can't do it on your own. Never mind. All right, so let's work through this content. Sasha, do you think just before we start, you could just say a couple words on, so TPMs are not teachers, right? You're not taking on the role of a professor necessarily. You're more of like a facilitator. Do you think you could just take like maybe 1 or 2 minutes, explain maybe what was different about your experience? Or like, what do you think makes a really good TPM? Like, what makes a good facilitator?
So I've been both a TPM and an actual TA for another class. So in this class, we really do, as Sion said, we facilitate. We like the way we did it at Tech this year, we had 3 TPMs. We like split the class into 3 groups in 3 different classrooms, and we had them lead the discussions. They do anything from talk about topics that they've done in other classes. We have a cybersecurity minor program here that's fairly strong in a lot of research. So people were just sharing information, and then we'd bring them back in together into one classroom and had them really talk about what they'd learned from each other. And then they'd start doing the labs together.
Cool. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to hand it over to Sasha now. The format for each of these sessions is they're going to be working sessions. So we'll get together, we'll hear like a 10-minute high-level topic overview. Each of the session leads are going to be preparing presentations that'll kind of take you through the content. And then afterwards, we're going to put you into breakout groups. Hopefully each breakout group will be different. Like, I want you to keep interacting with different individuals. I'm making the breakout group, so obviously I'm not an algorithmic robot, so I won't be perfect. But if I'm putting you with too many of the same people, let me know. Typically the idea is that in those groups you can collaborate at a smaller scale to try to actually work through the material. So this week we're trying to cover Lab 2, Week 2, CTF. And whatever you don't finish here, basically you can finish kind of on your own time. It's, I guess, due before Friday, I think 11:59 p.m. we said is the time. So I'll hand it over to Sasha now, who will take you through the content. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to try to share my screen and hope this works. Oh, please work. Okay, I think that worked. Yay. So let's see. So this is, CodePath gives us different PowerPoints so we can show the class, as well as a video of like a brief introduction to the subject. I'm going to use the PowerPoint today. That is what we did in class this year at Tech. So we're going to talk about SQL injection, which is week 2's topic. So does anyone want to talk about SQL injection? Like, does anyone know about it?
I guess I will go. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Mohammed Sando speaking. So from the experience of the courses that we have taken, SQL injection can be defined as the ability to inject malicious SQL code into a poorly designed website. Basically with the ability, for example, to drop tables, to delete certain information, basically. That's from my point.
That's excellent. That's the exact definition of SQL injection. It's when you send untrusted data into a SQL database and then you exploit the information. So there's different types of SQL injection. Oh, sorry, I forgot to move on to the next slide. So SQL injection, like I mentioned, manipulates inputs such that a database interprets the input not as data, but as a part of the SQL statement itself. So a SQL statement can vary. You can have select statements, which selects information from a particular query of data, and then you have some statement that's always true, and then that's basically SQL injection for at a simple level. You have, let's see, the goal when you're doing SQL injection is to probe the structure. So sometimes structures may be weirdly structured in a way. So you'll have like different quirks that developers would have put into their SQL databases to make sure that SQL injection can't happen. So you're basically probing, trying to get a little hint or to find information that is actually in the system so that you can build on your exploit. You can also use SQL injection to bypass authentication. So one of our SQL challenges this week is to log into a site using SQL injection. And then the ideal goal is to steal and possibly even destroy data. I don't know if any of you watch Mr. Robot, but he likes to get in there and steal stuff and destroy data all the time. And that's basically what you do with SQL injection. SQL injection is the most deadliest threat in a way to computer systems. It's an easy target, and if you master it, it can be a deadly exploit that you can have in your pocket if you're going into the hacker stuff that is illegal, unless you're white hat. And then, let's see, there's also blind SQL injection, which is when you try to inject malicious code into the SQL database and you're expecting a response, but you don't get the response. So you have to just keep poking around until you finally get a response that shows you information or that you're on the correct path. That's also a form of protecting against SQL injection. You hide that information from the hacker so that they can't exploit it. And then another form of preventing SQL injection is sanitizing your data. That means like using escaping characters, which is a backslash, to prevent hackers from just easily using a string of quotes and phrases to get into your database. And the last form is prepared statements, which is when you change the order of the line of SQL code that you're using. So you put the database first instead of the injected portion, which will throw a hacker off. And so tips for this week's lab is you want to try to imagine what a SQL statement would look like. So the example that's on the PowerPoint is select from the database, which is TB users, where the username, which would be a column, which would be the column where the information is, that's equal to Jocelyn. I'm assuming Jocelyn is an actual name that's in the database so that you'll be able to access her information. Some tools that you should use is a delimiter, which is a semicolon, which signals the end of a statement. You have comments, which can be minus signs. It can be hashtags, which are used interchangeably throughout the Security Shepherd Labs and the CTF challenges, and then forward slashes and backslashes with asterisks. And then string literals are single and double quotes, and then you have your operators, your Boolean operators of or and with a where clause, which is where the information should be. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add on SQL injection that I may have missed?
Testing. Does this work now?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I don't think I saw you can also comment using like a hashtag, which can be very useful in some cases with naive regex stripping that doesn't really account for everything.
Exactly. So I'm going to change subjects real quick. So I'm helping Stephanie with the Facebook Enigma Day as one of the university leads. So I posted the application that Stephanie mentioned in the portal. And so why am I still seeing myself? And so if you are interested in coming, the application's fairly short. You just visit the link, read the instructions. It's 5 days in San Francisco and Santa Clara. It's like fun activities and a day at Facebook. And then if you have questions, you can contact me or another one of our TPMs at Tech this semester, and our contact information is there. And then I'm also going to talk about the discussion system. So CodePath has this unique tool where students and TPMs can collaborate together and answer questions. In the earlier weeks, you'll find that people don't really use the discussion system, but in the later weeks when we're installing software, it's a great tool. For instance, 2 weeks ago, we had software issues. I'm using a Mac, but at Virginia Tech, a lot of people use a Windows computer, primarily Fujitsu's, which weren't cooperating with one of our softwares that we had to use for the class. And so the TPM and I from different university were talking back and forth. We were using Zoom to like navigate the issue, and then the solution was posted on the website. So throughout this process, if you're going through and you have questions, check the discussion system. You can click on, for instance, week 10, this is a tech kid. He's asking if we're submitting an assignment. And so the question is answered by students, mentors, and TPMs. Other than that, that is all I have for you. So let's pair up and implement this lab.
We're having some CTF issues. I can't register a second account. It's not letting me. And like my old account from like the course already has done all those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good question. Let me see. I think Charlie, so when Charlie gets in here, we can ask him that question.
Yeah, like I worked for some people, but like it kept giving like highlighting name and team name in red, even though they were like a different team name than what I had before.
Okay. Is anyone else having that issue?
What's the issue?
Can you restate the issue, Shisha?
Oh, it was me.
Oh, sorry. Who's talking? George?
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, right. I forgot I don't have video.
It's okay.
I just can't register a new account for the CTF. I had one previously for like the course and in the semester, but making a new one, it just does not like my registration. Even if I use a different team name and like all that, it just highlights name and team name in red every time I try it on any browser.
So we had that issue at Tech. One of our students forgot their login information. I think if you try to reuse the same email, it doesn't work.
Okay, I might try my student email then and just make sure that whoever's checking knows I'm doing that.
Okay. Hey, Charlie. I don't know if you can hear us, but if
Yep.
George, okay, so George is having an issue where he can't create a new CTF account with the same email.
Okay. You can just use he has an account?
Yeah, because I took it this semester.
Okay. Yeah, then you don't need a new one. You can just use that one.
Okay, so if I already completed those from when I did it, does that carry over?
Yes, they will carry over. We can talk about, yeah, they will carry over. We can talk about, if you have any more questions kind of about that online, but yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so what I'm hearing is if you have an old CTF account that can be used for the TPM meetings?
Yeah, because I'm also having trouble creating one with the same email. So if I could carry over, that would be great.
Yeah, so right, yeah.
Okay, we'll probably, so I'll consult with Charlie and we'll send out an email explaining exactly what the policy will be. So you can expect an email probably on Tuesday or Monday.
Okay. Challenges that you didn't get before.
Hey, Charlie?
Yes.
I think you're cutting in and out a little bit. So I just told them that you and I will talk and we'll get back to them on Monday night or Tuesday morning.
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome. So Sasha, would you like to take us home and wrap the session up?
Sure. So now that you all have had a little experimentation with SQL injections, is there anything that you found interesting or any cool hacks or flaws that you found that you'd like to share with the class or training group?
Well, I have one because I remember I did one of the SQL injection challenges, and then there's actually one where I could look at all the databases of each challenge, and so I could find a flag for each and every one just by that one SQL injection. And yeah, that's it.
I found that too. That does exist. Look at the resources that you're given. If you want to play around with that hack, one of the links that's provided to us on CodePap's website actually gives you the resources to do that. It's using some, oh, is that me? oh gosh, I'm sorry guys. Using the stuff that we've already been given, it will show you how to do it and you'll walk through. It's kind of cool because you're hacking the site that's supposed to help you learn how to hack. So it is challenge. It's the last challenge if you do have questions. But other than that, if you all have questions about SQL injection, the class overall, if you have questions about the Facebook Scholarship Day, feel free to message me. I am always online. I am always online and always on social media. So feel free to message me, but that's all that I had. I don't know if CodePath has anything else they'd like to say.
I just want to give a couple minutes, or I guess a couple seconds of awkward silence, in case anyone else wants to add just any reflection of the day, anything they found interesting, or if anyone would like to volunteer to bravely share their quote, that would be a really nice way to end this session.
I'll volunteer. So I'm a Mr. Robot fan, thanks to Shashank. And so my new quote is, are you a 1 or a 0? In this class, you'll learn that people will either choose to be a 1 or a 0. Your 1s are your individuals that will go beyond and above the call of duty to learn more about the stuff and the information that they give you. And they'll also share that with you in class. And then you too can learn from your 1s. And then your 0s really aren't a 0. It's like that weird threshold between where a 1 and a 0 happens, where like your voltage will be different. Sorry, computer engineering moment. Like they're like kind of 0s, but not 0s at the same time. They're like 0.5s. And they'll do like the bare minimum of the work, or they'll do a little bit over what's required, but you'll still learn from them because the questions that they'll have will help you grow as a student leader, and they'll help you grow as a future cybersecurity expert as well. But that was my quote.
Cool. Thank you for sharing. So I know Mohammed put his quote in, but I think Mohammed, next week, I think you can start us off sharing your quote and explaining kind of what it means to you. And next week I'm going to ask for 3 more volunteers. So I'm not going to force anyone to do it. I'm going to let you guys make the decisions. But really, thank you so much for your time. Again, use the discussion system if you have any questions. All the labs and the CTFs are due by next Friday, 11:59 p.m. I would love to see a vibrant Facebook group. I know you guys are kind of like entering to the midst of finals. There's a ton going on. So if you have a couple minutes to just like share things going on in your week, something cool you learned, I don't know, photos, quotes, anything, please feel free to join the Facebook page.
Yeah, also too, Chris, who is the developer of all this curriculum, is in a silent retreat right now. So we're going to not have him. He usually on the Facebook group posts like all these cool articles about, you know, relevant and timely cybersecurity hacks and stuff that are kind of, you know, in the mainstream, sometimes not, you know, and so we'll need people to kind of fill his shoes as far as keeping us up to date with the latest and greatest cybersecurity kind of exploits that are going on, to make sure that we kind of understand like really just like how relevant this all is, and that we're all under attack as we speak.
Great. So next week, Cindy and Anastasia will be leading the session. They will be covering topics for week 4, CTF and lab. The homework that's due, I don't really like calling it homework, but the work that's due before Friday is the week 2 lab, week 2 CTF, and the week 1 CTF. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for your time. I know it's Saturday. We'll end here. I am thrilled to finally meet you guys and see you guys all, like all your faces. It's so exciting. Stephanie has literally been raving about you guys, and so has Charlie. So I am honored to be a part of this crew. I hope that we can get to know each other quite well over the next 6 weeks, and I look forward to having a kick-ass semester in spring. So have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next week.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
one question right before you leave. Are the screens?
Sorry?
The screencast, are they available for replay in case we want to view them later?
You mean the topic overview that Sasha did, for example?
Yes, the recording of Zoom, basically.
I Oh, it is being recorded. Wonderful. Yes, I will make them available for you guys.
Okay.
I'll probably put it in a Dropbox folder or Google Drive folder, and I'll share the link with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
I have a question related to Virginia Tech.
Sure.
So do we know if this will be offered as a credit course on campus next semester, or?
I believe the answer is yes. Let me double check with Anisha and I'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Everyone, please feel free to leave. If you have any more questions, you can stay on. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if anyone has questions. Otherwise, peace.
How much more of the SQL injection lab do we have to do for it to like count?
The whole thing?
The whole thing? So even like the bonus ones?
No, not the bonus one.
Yeah. So the bonus ones are bonus. So the required ones are just the ones not labeled bonus. And also too, in the CTF flags, don't expect to get all of them necessarily. I mean, it's certainly a great thing to strive for, but some of them are really hard. Some of them, you won't be able to get. In general, I think probably half of the CTF flags is maybe a good, like, kind of, I'd set that as your minimum bar for required, probably. But that said, there's a lot of students who we've seen, get all or most of them. So, keep that as kind of a challenge. But, I think about half is probably a good place to first, sort of a first landing spot for the CTF.
If anyone wants to do all of them or has questions about them, feel free to message me. I've completed all of them. It's time consuming, like Charlie mentioned. It takes a lot of time to do some of them. I think the longest I spent on one was like 2 hours, but that was like because I was determined to get it. But it's possible. The top of the leaderboard that you'll see, all of the people in the top have completed all of them. So it's possible. But if you have questions, let me know. I'm always on.
So then, I mean, I gotta ask the question again. Well, are we finding out about which CTF account that we are using? Because I also have an account that I was using this semester as well. Right.
Yeah. I think Charlie and I think probably need a little bit more time to figure it out. Just exactly what the policy is. So the plan is that we'll get back to you hopefully by Monday, if not sooner.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.